Hello everyone, welcome back to Build with Temi. Today we're going to be talking about something that can make or break your business. Passion. Is passion even important? Do we really need passion to succeed in our business, or just chasing money alone is enough to ensure success? That's what we're going to find out in this video. First of all, let me share a personal story with you. It will shock you to know that my first business is not a law firm. It is actually my second business. Back in 2018, when I did not have a job, I used to sell bed sheets, window blinds, and all of those things. And it was a pretty successful business. In fact, within 3 months of starting the business, I had made 10 times my revenue. And this is me just doing a rough estimate because I started the business with just 25,000 naira. And as at the time I stopped the business, I had products on ground and I had over 250,000 naira in my bank account. But the moment I got another job in a law firm, I abandoned the business without even thinking about it. Even though the job was not going to pay me half as much as this interior decoration business was generating for me, I was still happy to chase the law job because law was my passion. Law is my first love. Yes, interior decoration gave me money, but it didn't give me any fulfillment. It was not my passion. I wasn't particularly motivated. Aside the money, there was nothing more that moved me every morning to do that job. And honestly, looking back and looking at where I am today, I do not regret leaving that business to chase law. Regardless of the circumstance, I would always be a lawyer. I would always practice law, and I am happy to be a lawyer. One thing I hear people say a lot is passion is overrated. Do you think Dangote is passionate about cement? Is he passionate about petrol? Now, let's talk about this Dangote matter and whether he is passionate about oil or not. Up until a few years ago, Nigeria imported most of its petroleum products, even though we had crude, because no one was ready to do the hard work of building a working refinery. And then Dangote stepped in. A lot of people said it could never work. It's impossible for us to have a working refinery. There were so many naysayers. Even when he started building, he had so many setbacks, government policies, different challenges. After he completed the refinery and it was time for him to start buying crude and refining into petroleum products, there were so many other setbacks that we even heard in the news and so many other things. Despite all of these things, he kept overcoming each and every challenge that was thrown at him. Now his refinery is working, and because of his refinery, the cost of PMS is reducing every single day. That cannot just be about money. That has to be about passion for solving real problems. Personally, I believe passion is non-negotiable when it comes to running a successful business. This is because business is hard. There will be challenges, there will be tough times, there will be months where you will not make a single revenue. Honestly, if you are just in it for the money, the moment things get tough, there is a very high probability that you're going to quit along the way. But if you truly love what you do, you will keep going because you know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. I always joke that even if Starr Attorneys didn't make a single kobo, I will still run the firm. And in retrospect now, I realize that that's not a joke. In fact, it has never been a joke because there were months that we didn't make a single kobo in revenue. But I did not quit. I will still show up the next day. In fact, the next day, I will market my business more than I did the previous day. Now, I know you're thinking, how do I even find what I'm passionate about? How do I know what I would like to do and what I want to do? So I'm going to give you tips on how you can find that business that you are genuinely passionate about and you will run whether or not you're making money or not. The first one is start by discovering who you are. What do you like to do? What would you do normally? What makes you happy? What makes you come alive? What activities do you genuinely enjoy? That's the first key to knowing what you would be passionate about and what you would truly love to do as a person. 2, look at what you naturally enjoy doing, what you would do even if nobody was paying you. One of my closest friends is Aisha Kasumo of AK Beauty. You know, shout out to one of the best makeup artists in Nigeria at the moment. I remember when we were in the university, whenever we were going out, Aisha would always ensure that we look good. You know, she would look at your clothing, she would look at your makeup, she would always want to adjust something on you. And she was doing all of that for us simply because we're her friends. So now that she is a makeup artist, she is practically living her dreams because that is who she has always been. 3. Pay attention to things people naturally ask you for. If you are that person in your family who, whenever it's time to have an event, they are always saying, oh, you're the one that will coordinate this, you're the one that will do this. Or maybe they tell you anytime you're having an event that you're going to be the MC at this event. Maybe you are naturally talented to start an event planning business, or maybe you're supposed to build up your portfolio as a master of ceremony. Just look at those things people always ask you for and you genuinely love to do and you always do for them. It's probably what you should be chasing as a business. Finally, listen to your intuition and pray. There are so many decisions, especially decisions like this, what kind of business you're going to be passionate about, that you need to take outside of logic. But at this point, you need to sit down with your maker, whatever religion you practice, and pray about it and trust that you're going to get divine responses that, okay, this is the way you should go, this is what you shouldn't do, and this is what you should do. Don't start a business simply because of money alone. Yes, money is important. In fact, it's very, very important. I like making money, but ensure that you chase passion as well. Passion is very, very important. That's what is going to keep you going on the tough days. If it is just money, the day you don't make money, you'll burn out, you'll be tired, you'll be frustrated, you'll want to pack up. As much as I have shared my personal opinion on this topic, I know there are a lot of people who will still not agree with me, and they would say that money is more important than passion, or it is money first and all of that. That's fine, and I would love to know why you think money is more important than passion when it comes to starting a business. Let us know in the comments. Let's rub minds, let's share ideas together. Maybe with your comment, I might be convinced that maybe I was wrong, maybe passion is not enough, maybe we should still all chase money. With that, we have come to the end of this episode of Build with Temi. Thank you guys so much for watching. Till I come your way again next week, my name remains Temitope Odenyinka. Bye.